Welcome back viewers. In today's video we are going to check out the Gecko Linux next edition Pantheon desktop. So in last video we already installed the Pantheon desktop. So this is the login screen or the greeter screen of the Pantheon desktop of Gecko Linux next edition. You can see 3 sessions have been installed. One is Pantheon, that is the Wayland session, Pantheon on XOR, Pantheon Wayland, and the ICE WM, that is the ICE window manager session is there. You have got the language chooser, the calendar, date, time is there, and the power menu is there. Let us log into the desktop. We will do the Wayland session. So the traditional OpenSUSE Leap welcome screen is there. So the welcome screen is there in OpenSUSE Leap as well as the Tumbleweed edition. You got the basics guide, the community support, get involved. So let us go through the welcome app or the welcome screen. So what they have done is they have combined, I think, 2 or 3 two issues. The welcome screen, that is, one is the on the traditional elementary OS and the OpenSUSE welcome screen. So I think they have done the combination. So whenever you first start elementary OS, you have to configure your desktop. There is an option to configure the desktop and the user. So that has been combined with the OpenSUSE welcome screen. So the both functionalities are available. So we will toggle on the location services. Nightlight also we will toggle on. In housekeeping, we can automatically delete temporary files by default, and if you want to delete the trashed file also, you have to tick the box here. Enjoy the OpenSUSE Leap. You can always visit system settings to set up hardware or change your preferences. So we will not right now open up the system settings. Let's start with the desktop itself. So the top bar or the top panel is transparent. You got a dock at the bottom. This is minimize all windows button or the show desktop button, icon or button. This is the clipboard, system clipboard. Multitasking view is there, so you can go through the different workspaces and the different windows open in the workspaces. Hit the escape key to come out of the this multitasking view. You have got the file manager, system settings is there. Firefox is the default web browser, and the YAS software is there instead of the elementary software center. So you have got the YAS software, and you have got a language installer on the desktop. And this is the application menu. In application menu, you can find accessories, graphics, internet, office, programming, sound and video, system tools, and universal access sections. In accessories, you got the archive manager, calculator, clipped, desktop folder, Mate search tool, and the screenshot is given. So what they have done is they have added the Mate search tool as a default search tool for the elementary OS desktop. You have got the screenshot application. Let us check out the screenshot application. I think this is from the elementary OS itself. So you can grab the mouse pointer, close after saving. So automatically after saving, this window will close. Conceal text. So if you are taking photograph of any confidential things, you can conceal the text. You can delay the screenshot in seconds. And if you want to have the dock also in the screenshot, you can select this option here, the middle option. The dock will disappear from the screenshot, and the third option is to take a screenshot of the selected area like this. Okay, so now we will go ahead. Let us check out the calculator. So this calculator I think is from the Yes, this is from the elementary OS only. So it is a simple calculator, I think. No, the scientific functionality is also there. So it is an advanced calculator, and it will suit the usage for many users. What is clipped? Clipped is the clipboard for the elementary OS. So you can disable, enable the paste shortcut, paste to keep the infrequently used items from the clipboard. And there are some application behaviors that you can set from the application settings. What is this desktop folder? Let us check. Okay, so this is the desktop folder. It goes inside this. The installer will go inside the desktop folder. So we will either keep it in block or close. So we will close this. It should go away. Mate search tool is there. So you can search through the your system via keyword search, and there are some more options to search, like contains the text, available options, date modified, owned by user group, owner is unrecognized, name does not contain, matches regular expression, show hidden backup files, show symbolic links, exclude other file systems. So there are a lot of possibilities here to apply for a search. In graphics section, you have got this simple document scanner, LibreOffice Draw is there, and Photos is there. And I think Photos app is from the elementary OS. So let it open. Yes. So this is from the elementary OS, I think. References is there. So you can import photos to pictures, watch library for new files, rename imported files to lowercase, write metadata to files. Raw developer is there. Default is camera or the photos. And there are some plugins are there. So you can use these plugins to publish photos directly to Facebook, Flickr, Google Photos, PVGo, Tumblr, Yandex, YouTube, and you can also do slideshow transitions using blends, chairs, circles, clock, crumble, fades, slide, squares, and stripes. So this is the minimize button, maximize, and the close button. Okay. In the internet section, you got the Firefox web browser. It will take some time to open up. Meanwhile, we can go through the Geary. It is opening up now. So all the applications take some time to open up. It's not very fast. Okay, so the Firefox is now up and running. Let us check the version. So it is very old, 91.4, because this Pantheon desktop of the next edition is based on the OpenSUSE Leap. So OpenSUSE Leap has very old packages, but they are very stable. I have got OpenSUSE installed on one of my tablets. It is working since last 2 years. There is no issue, it just keeps working. And if there is some issue, you can just do the recovery using the snapshot tool. You can go back to the older snapshot of the system and the system will just start behaving normally again. So that is the one of the biggest advantages of using OpenSUSE. Now Gear is a very light email client, and you can configure Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo and other email providers. So if you got some company email server, then also you can log into that and get your emails downloaded to the email client Geary on your system. Pidgin is the chat messenger. I will not go through that. Pidgin we have seen many times. Transmission also you already know. In Office you got the LibreOffice suite. Complete suite is there. Let us check the version. This is also will be very older one. You can see it is version 7.1.4.2. So it's quite old. More than 1 year old version is there. In programming, you got code. So this application is there in elementary OS. It is from elementary OS. In sound and video, you got the videos app. So this is also elementary OS application. Then you got the music player. This is also elementary OS application. It is the default music player and the video player, both of these applications for the elementary OS. You can import music, you can change the music folder, and many things are there. Once we populate it with data, that is the music files, and you can access the different features. You can see there is even a equalizer is also available. You can have some certain presets, equalizer presets are there: flat, classical, club, dance, full bass, treble, full bass plus treble. So this is interesting, full bass and both. It is giving us both bass and treble. Headphones, large hall, live, party, pop, reggae, rock, soft, ska, soft rock, and techno. So big number of different presets are there. That's great. In system tools, you got advanced network configuration, decomp editor is there, disk is there. Let us check out the disk. So you can see here 22 GB out of the 27 GB is free. So this is a lighter system, not very heavy operating system is there. So Leap is lighter along with the Pantheon desktop. So both are light, and you can see the XFS file system is done, and the free space is there, 4.5 MB free space is there at the end of the virtual hard disk. And I think this is from the G disk is from either let me check about, yes, it is a GNOME disk utility only. Version is 3.34, so it comes from the older 34 GNOME 34. You got the Gparted editor, monitor is there. Let us check out the memory usage. You can see the utilization is just 2 to 3%. Memory utilization is around 26%. That is also quite light, not heavy. Network is not being used right now. And the processes, you can see it is a system D init system. Okay, so I will close this. There are terminals RxVT Unicode, then SAX3 is there. It is an advanced configuration tool. You have to input your password. I think I have shown this you earlier. I don't remember, but it is, I have shown you earlier also. So here you can do the configuration for the keyboard, monitor, mouse, and the touchpad. Yes. So what exactly it is doing, I will just do a research and come back to you in a separate video, because I think I don't remember now. I think we have done what SAX3 is. It is a configuration for the peripherals, but we'll have to check. The OpenSUSE Studio Image Writer we have seen. This is the terminal. I think this is the GNOME terminal, if I am not wrong, or it is the elementary terminal. Maybe it is yes, it is elementary terminal, because you see the buttons for the minimize, maximize is just like in elementary OS. Then YAST is there, YAST software is there. So all the YAST tools are there. YAST software is also there. Multitasking view is, of course, we have seen. Decomp editor is there. So this is there in all the OpenSUSE desktops. So it is also here. Now let us open the YAST. I wanted to show you something. In YAST, we can try out one or two tools in the YAST. So every desktop we try some tools. Let us try with the System snapshots will not work because we are using XFS file system. For system snapshot to work, we require a Btrfs. So we have seen in the last video how the system snapshots can be set and how they can be used to recover from a fault in the file system. Let us try to do the installation and working of a firewall. So it will install the firewall D daemon. Okay, so it will first download the JPG key. So this is the first package download and installation. So the system was installed. So first JPG keys, updated JPG keys will roll out and get installed here. So it will take some time. After this, we will check out the bootloader because I wanted to show you the bootloader, how the bootloader configuration can be done in a OpenSUSE. We have covered this earlier in the OpenSUSE video series, but I will just cover it once more. What I will do is in the operating system repetitive because many of the Linux distributions are based on some old we can say big distribution. For example, Debian is based on your Debian. The Artix was based on Arch Linux. So for that, once we explained it in Arch Linux, we will again explain it once in Artix. But all the Linux distributions that are based on Arch later on, we will not do repeat because then it gets video gets boring. We will just check here. Right now we will just check whether the YAST tools are working in Gecko Linux or not. That is our objective. Not the objective to teach everything in detail because it doesn't make sense to repeat things again and again. You can see right now cannot access the installation media. Leave. Yes, so we can skip this. So that was the install media that we had used for the installation. So obviously it is not available right now. You can see it here. It is still based on the lib 15.4. It is old now. Right now, OpenSUSE lib 15.5 has been released. So you can see it is two minor versions back. So obviously we will find older packages here, but it will be at the same time very sturdy because not much updates will come. Yes, now it is downloading the package. It's very small package, 2 KBs. Wait. Okay, so now the firewall daemon has started. This is the firewall daemon settings window. The current status of the firewall is inactive, so we can start the firewall. Now the firewall has started and we can choose the option after reboot what to do not start or start. So we will set it to start on boot. So every time system will boot, it will start. And then you can configure the zones for block DMZ, that is the demilitarized zone, Docker, DOPS, external, home, internal, public, trusted, and work. So these are all the different zones, and you can block the different packages, services, applications from here, and you can add the applications to allowed and to block. So you can have two lists. One is the block list and the other is the allowed list. So only the application packages services from the allowed list will be allowed to contact with the outer world. Rest all will be blocked. So it's very simple and very effective. You can see here you can also block the TCP ports, UDP port, HTTP ports, DCCP ports, allow or either block them. So now I will accept and then we will close this. Let us open the bootloader configuration. So I wanted to show you something. So for first time it is doing the internal checks. Now you can choose between the grub2 bootloader for EFI, not managed, and the grub2. So three options are there. You can write the boot code location either to the master boot record, or you can customize the boot partition and write the boot code location to the customized boot partition. You can set active flag in the partition table for boot partition, write generic boot code to MBR. You can have a trusted boot support also. You can edit the disk boot order. For example, you will have multiple entries here, multiple disks, and you can change the disk order. So which disk will first boot. So the system will check that first disk for the this boot, and if it is that disk is bootable, then it will be booted first, then it will check the second disk, and like this. So it's very general what you find in any operating system. So that is all those things is available as a GUI here. In all other Linux distributions you have to do this from the config files, but here everything is in a form of a GUI. And these are the kernel parameters. Quiet flash, you can have CPU mitigations, you can apply it manually, you can keep it auto, you can completely turn off the CPU mitigation. CPU mitigations are nothing but the patches that are applied to the CPU microcode to help it secure from the different CVEs that are found, and the microcode is released to mitigate those CVEs that are the common vulnerabilities. And you can have a graphical console. If you just untick it will go in the TTY console mode. So if you want a graphical console, you have to always tick this on, and the console resolution you can set beforehand. So once the first boot is there, you have to set the console resolution, and it will set the console resolution for every boot. And you can also change the console theme also. You can set the different themes. You can see it here. This is the theme folder. You have to add the theme there, and it will just boot those themes. And you can also have a serial console, that is the TTY console, and you can pass on some console arguments for the console behavior. And now the bootloader options are there. I think it is downloading something again. Yes, so these are the bootloader options. I think it is doing something. Okay, now the bootloader options have come. You can enable or disable the OS prober by ticking this box or unticking the box. You can hide the boot menu by ticking this. You can change the timeout in session for the boot menu or the grub menu. You can have a default boot section. So right now there are 3 line items which will be shown during every boot. That is the Gecko Linux Next Pantheon 153X. Then it will have 2 sub line items. One with the Linux 5.3.18-59 default. This is the default kernel, and there will be a second recovery kernel. So if in case this fails to boot or there is some issue, you can always boot from the recovery kernel, and then you can save your files and repair your system. And you can protect the bootloader with password. You have to provide the password here. That's it. So all the bootloader features have been available for editing by the user through this bootloader tool in the YAS software utilities of OpenSUSE, and here in Gecko also. So Gecko is nothing but OpenSUSE. It is based on OpenSUSE, and now it will save the bootloader option that we have changed, and it will be applied in the next reboot. So that's it. This was I wanted to show you, and some other settings we will do in the next video, that is the Mate desktop, we will cover in the next video. So what we will do is, if you want, I will show you the system var logs if it is available. Let us see if the system var logs are there. I will show it to you. So right now no messages are there because it is a fresh system, but they will be available as and when we start using the system regularly. Right now the file is not there. Yes, now the message have come because there were some installations done to access the journal entries. You can see it here. This is the startup that we did at 16:34 hours, and you can see all the installations, all the messages right from the first installation. Oh, this is yes, this is the current situation. Memory available 2560 out of the 3923. So this is very you can say very light usage of the system. Memory usage is very light. Swap is completely free. Memory usage is around what is taken by the Gnome desktop. You can see it here. The YAS journal was installed. Just I will show you. Snapper was activated, but since it is XFS, the snapper will not work. You require ButterFS. Snapper ID service daemon is started. So whenever you are using any derivative of OpenSUSE or the OpenSUSE itself, try to use ButterFS because it has got added advantages that I already shown you. So the snapper system will work, and you will have a system snapshot which can help you in system recovery. Every time there is requirement of system recovery, it is very easy. You have to just apply the older snapshot and the system will recover from any grave error. You can see here everything is there. So here you see the log for the firewall daemon. So we had installed the firewall D and associated dependencies, and when the firewall started, you can see it here, it is logged into the system journal that firewall has started. Okay, so I think you got a good idea how the things work in Gecko Linux, and all the YAST utilities, everything is working in Gecko Linux. So there is no, you need not take any you can say inhibitions that some applications might not be working. Everything is working perfectly here. So I will now close this, and if anything else is to be seen, let us see. So this is the music player, sound settings are there. Yes, system yes, we have to check out one thing, that is the system settings. There is the system settings. Yes, system settings we will check quickly. What are the additional indicators? Yes, so we can have additional indicators like temperature, hardware temperature, keyboard status also we will have it. So here you can see the temperature is there. You can use Fahrenheit. Okay, so it should come up in the next reboot. You can have a nom lock indicator and a caps lock indicator. So those are there. So if I click on caps lock, it will start. And if we click on the this numeric indicator, then the number lock or numeric lock indicator, it will start the numeric lock. So that's it. And the current weather. So let us have the weather also. So you can see the current weather is shown here. So everything is working. You can use symbolic icons. Okay, so all things are working in the additional indicators. Let us check out the applications. So these are the default applications. You can see it here. So everything is nice, and this is default, and you can have startup applications. You can add more applications in the startup. Those applications will automatically start. So things are very regular, everything is working. Yes, now this is the important part. Let us first check the dock. So you can have three icon size in three variations. This is the smallest icon size, this is the middle icon size, and this is the large icon size. So I will keep the middle one. Hide when focus window overlaps the dock, yes. Pressure reveal, not necessary. Hot corners is just like the Gnome desktop. You can have hot corners at the three corners, and you can specify which task or what will be executed when the cursor goes in that hot corner, hovers on the hot corner or hits the hot corner or clicks on the hot corner. So this is what you can do it here. In the appearance section, window animations, you can toggle on and off. Panel translucency, you can toggle on and off. Now you can see the black panel at the bottom. Yes, but sorry, top panel, you can see it black, and you can make it translucent also. So by default it is translucent only. Window animations, then the text size, you can have large text size, larger, small, or the default one is the best, I think. Now you can apply the different wallpapers. You can see it for yourself how the different wallpapers look. You will try to apply all the wallpapers. Yes, this is all wallpapers in Elementary OS are nice. I like them very much. Looks very stunning. Why this is not closing? So this desktop folder, I think it has got an issue. I will move it to trash, and this should go in the next reboot. Then you have this. Wallpapers are good. Very nice. Very nice. All look very nice. This one is also very nice. I like this earth wallpaper. Okay, this is also a good one. And this is one of those very famous wallpapers from Elementary OS. This one is also very famous Elementary wallpaper. And this was the Gecko Linux wallpaper. This one is also nice looking. And the black one is there. So it's just pitch black, nothing is there. So what I will do is we will keep this wallpaper. Let us have something different. And then I will go back to the system settings. You can see it here. The system tweaks are there, so you can tweak the appearance, have the different themes. For example, the clear looks classic theme. Let us try to apply it. Let's see how the theme gets applied here. You can see it here, and you can again reset it back to default by hitting on this button, so it comes back. You can have a simple theme also. So this is the simple theme. So we'll again go back to the default one. Icons, let us try out the different icons. Mist is there, let us try out the mist icon. So this is how it looks. Mist icons, not very good looking. I don't prefer this. Let us try the crux one. Okay, so the crux ones are also, I think the default one is the best. And cursor, let us try out. So Advaita is there, DMZ black, DMZ white, and the Advaita is there. Advaita and Elementary are same. I think there is no change here in the cursor. Okay, and the window control layouts. Right now it is Windows, Elementary, minimize right, Ubuntu OS X, minimize left, close only right, close only left. Right now it is using Windows like buttons, and we will go with Elementary. And now let us try and check out what is the difference. So here you can see the close button has come to the left hand side. So this is the traditional elementary layout, and if you want we can show the genome icon. Okay, so the genome menu is already there. Okay, so we'll set everything to default and then just change the window control layout to elementary. That's it. Anything else to see? Yes, notifications. So this is all notifications. You can uh, control the notifications for archive manager, calendar, files, geary, music, network, terminal, and others from here. These are the touchpad and mousepad controls. So I will not go in details. It is all very typical. You all know. And let us check out this power control. Turn on display when inactive for 15 minutes. Power button, prompt to shut down. You can have three actions can be done. And suspend for inactive, never. That's good. Printer setting is there. Sound is there. So this is the sound input and output. You can control it from here. You can also flash screen when some system events take place, and you can also have a system event sound playing. You can test the speakers, the output volume, balance, all typical things are there. I will not go in detail. Again, screen time and limits. You can set screen time for each of the users, so you can not strain your eyes, and you can be healthy while using the system. So screen time, internet, applications, for each of these three you can have settings for the weekdays and the weekends. So this is very good on part of elementary to provide such settings. This is very unique to elementary OS only. This is the universal access for audio, typing, and keyboards. And these are the user account administration settings. You can change the account type, login automatically, you can change password, all those things, add and remove users. Sorry, I think we just switched off system settings. In the about section, let us check out. So this is OpenSUSE Leap 15.3, kernel 5.3.18, and this is my hardware configuration. So it is not showing the elementary OS version that is installed. And other things, I will yes, online accounts. We can have online accounts for your email, Fastmail, and the Last FM channel. Anything else? Sharing. Let us find out the sharing. So you can share your music library, your videos, photos, everything from the music library with other users. So that's it. I think we have covered up the elementary OS desktop, that is the Pantheon desktop in Gecko Linux. I think one thing I have pending is, yes, the system log. Which system log is this? Okay, so this is the YAS system log. It is trying to show. Okay, reading the messages failed. I think we require a restart. Okay, so let me check once. I think we are, yes, onboard is pending. So the onboard keyboard is also there. You can see it here. So you will have to configure the onboard layout, medium size, compact theme. So this is the different onboard theme that you can set for your onboard keyboard. Auto show while editing text. Yes. Typing assistant, universal access, enable keyboard scanning. Yes, it is important to have the keyboard scanning. So if the keyboard is not detected, automatically the on-screen keyboard will start up. So it is very helpful. Show floating icon when keyboard is hidden. Yes, and you can have the layout settings here. So these are the layout settings. So the onboard keyboard is also there, just like in elementary OS official desktop. So here all the features of elementary OS are available here. Now let us take out the system temperature. No, it is not showing the system temperature. Maybe it requires a restart, or it will require the installation of sensor packages to enable the system temperature readouts. So I think we have completely covered the Pantheon desktop in the Gecko Linux next edition. And I will stop the video here. See you in the next video. Bye bye.